Well, we're nearing the end of summer, but there's still plenty to read this year. Connie Cronley is with us today to talk about one of her most interesting recent books, Eccentric Lives. Welcome in, Connie.
Hi. This is such an unusual book. It's a collection of obituaries.
I read the description. I was like, talking about death.
Talk about death. This is obituaries from the London Telegraph. In the mid-1980s, they reinvented the obituary form.
Yep.
Instead of writing just the solid facts of someone's life, they chose eccentric people, usually aristocrats or clerics or educators, people who are off the beaten path. Yep. Collections. One man turned his house into a radio collection. One Marchioness in the House of Lords declared that she really liked the hooligans at the soccer games, you know, who were so disruptive, because she said other than people like that, England was turning into a land of milksops.
Wow.
I know, nobody says that. And there was one woman named Foxy who was a film extra, who was a large woman, who quit being a film extra and delivered packages on the plane to different countries, and then sold the return trip and toured the country. But she claimed she sued British Airlines for saying on one trip she was bitten on the bottom by a flea.
Oh.
I know, eccentric.
So just like kind of a comic version? I mean...
Yes, it shows that these are people who celebrated life with joy and maybe compulsions and just not ordinary, but they just lived life to the fullest. There was one reverend in the Church of England. They said he was keen of mind and wit, and so unusual. Some people said he was an institution, and others said he ought to be confined to an institution. But that's not something you would read in an obituary.
Well, I know the author has a background. He's the editor for obituaries, or used to be, so this is right up his alley.
This is what he helped do. And it's just a wonderful look at mankind and what we could be and not be just ordinary, rote lives all the time. And what I think this tells us, what the importance of reading. I love to read obituaries. They're like mini biographies. These are people not just who made great accomplishments and achievements. You think, I wish I'd known that person. And here's why I think it's important. It lets us ask ourselves, what would we want our obituary to say?
We don't think about it.
No.
Until someone else writes it for us.
Right. So what would we like it to say? I don't want mine to say, her garden was always weeded and she had the cleanest house in town.
She loved to read.
She loved to read. Let's do something more lively. So I recommend this. Eccentric Lives. The library has it. You can borrow it.
Well, Connie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I appreciate it as always.